Hello everyone, Coochie Runner for Coochie Runner Games, and I am back today with another episode of Zero City. It has been a long time since we've been together doing a video. I'm going to go over what's been going on with me and why I've been away for so long. As you can see here, we're going to cover the Retro Stash Raid. I'm going to touch on some of the new functionality that's been added in the game as well. I'm just going to touch on that, and we'll go into that a little bit deeper in future videos. But the goal here will be mainly to talk about where I've been and this retro stash raid and make a lot of progress in that event as well. So, so let's just go ahead and jump into what's been going on with me. For those of you that are on my Discord server, I posted a few messages lately, but I guess the short version of everything is I was just getting burned out with everything. With all the games I was covering, and all these games keep adding new functionality, and they're fairly similar. So trying to cover all of that functionality in all of the games, along with real life getting busier as well and having less and less time available, it was just becoming overwhelming trying to cover everything and staying somewhat up to date with everything and actually play the games as well. So my work schedule just got crazier and crazier, and I just didn't have the time available. So well on my way to being burnt out as my videos kind of dwindled there towards the end. Definitely took a break. I unplugged for a couple months, definitely missed a bunch of events, probably missed some good gear. But it was time off that I needed. So slowly been getting back into it. I did a Hustle Castle video, I think it was last week, for an event, and I've just been playing the events for each of the games so far. So this is my introduction back into Zero City. So I'm sure I'll be missing some things. I'll try to cover some of the things that are newer that I'm aware of, but it's a little bit difficult as well because these newer things for Zero City have already been in the game for a while in Hustle Castle. So I'll probably get some of those wrong, but that's okay. Anyway, so coming back, I'm not going to be pushing quite as hard as I did before. Won't be playing quite as much, won't be doing videos quite as much, but I also want to get into doing some other games as well. There's a few I got my eyes on that aren't out yet, so more than likely be covering those when they do get out. Broyalty is another one that people have been asking about. I recorded one of those a while ago. Wasn't the greatest video, to be honest with you. We'll eventually put that out and cover it because I've been playing that game as well. It's similar to these games, but slightly different in a way that keeps it interesting. So I will be covering that one as well at some point. So anyway, the Retro Stash Raid, this is like all of our other stash raids, and we'll take a look at the gear there in a minute. Before we do that, let's go ahead and look at this update that came out. We could probably go over like the last three since I haven't covered a video probably at least for these last two updates, maybe the last three. But anyway, this is one you guys are obviously aware of what's going on here. So the game features newly monthly event that will start on September 1. Afterwards, new seasons with their unique rewards will begin every month. So there is I'll go poke around at all of these, but basically the game is adding the ability to allow you to pay to get more items, and you can do it the free way to go as well. But it's good. I mean, especially if you're just focusing on one game, as most people do, it gives you a lot more things to do and a lot more reasons to get back into the game and keep playing, which is great. But if you're like me and you play all the games, it makes it that much more. You're trying to cover in each one, so it's a little bit difficult. But we'll go poke around at those when we get there. All right. So the fishing contest, by getting bait from all kinds of activities, that's the stash raid. We'll go look at that. The Raiders League is an arena event. This is event. It's not really. It's more like a mini event. So get haul by fighting and winning tournaments, extra rewards, and make your squad more powerful. We'll take a look at that. The game now features a new combat type, field kits. And this is something that's been in Hustle Castle for a while. It basically allows you to give extra functionality, extra stats to your fighters. It's as with all my recommendations, I recommend you focus on the stats that are going to give you the most bang for your buck. So my strength versus power video comes into mind there. So we'll talk about that maybe a little bit today, but more in the future. They can be upgraded by using wood. So one of the concerns of wood and iron and things like that, we just have sitting around, we never use them. Now we're going to start using wood. Field kit can be equipped more efficiently, grants additional stats. Legendary field kits will give you more. And when you destroy them, you get some of the stuff back. You can get field kits from the arena store and the tunnel store. People in Hustle Castle are saying you shouldn't buy them in arena store. I'm not really sure why. They will come out in future events as well, so keep an eye out for that. You don't need to rush to get them, and your stats do increase, but it's very slowly, so no huge hurry on that. The arena store now offers cores containing materials needed for, so we got new sets coming into the game. We got Hitman and Snowstorm. Hitman is for infantry, Snowstorm is chemistry. I haven't really talked a whole lot about sets, especially since I can only run 3 at a time. But we do have new sets coming to the game. All right, let's go keep my guys happy here. Let's go see what this stash raid is all about. Every time I've done stash raid in all of the games, I've always bought the pass. I've always bought the premium pass because that allows you to get to use these cutters here, and also use the goggles, the X-ray goggles, which is huge for allowing you to see what's going on. And I always saved everything up for the end of the events, and those videos were massively huge. It took forever to get through everything. So we did have a stash raid type event in Hustle Castle recently, and I played that one. I didn't buy the pass, so I didn't earn as much stuff. You got these quests here. You can't get as many cutters because you don't have the pass, and you don't get to search around the board. You actually have to click on every single thing, but it was okay. I mean, I didn't get everything, and I was okay with that. Quite often in these events, a lot of this gear is not like top-notch gear. That's going to be like mission critical that you have to have. And there's probably something, but the good news is if you don't get it, you know, in the future there's going to be a black market sale. You'll be able to get it. So it's not the end of the world if you don't get these things. And for me personally, playing all these games, buying all these passes, it adds up, you know, way more expensive than, you know, the couple bucks I get from getting, you know, having people watch commercials. So for me, it's was becoming way too expensive to buy all these passes every time. And, you know, just taking a step back real quick. Actually, I'm not going to talk about that. There's other ways. We'll talk about it at the end here. There's other ways to buy other passes for these mini events that go on. So there's going to be multiple ones of those as well. So you can certainly spend a lot of money every single month to play the game and to get all of the gear. So for me personally, I am not buying the pass this time, and I'm okay with it because for me, I'm taking a step back. So anyway, let's take a look, see what we have. So here's our new item. So the good thing about, I'm sorry about the beeping. Might happen a couple different times in this video. Apologize for that. Good thing about this event is there's a lot of stuff to get, and if you do buy the pass, you're more than likely going to get pretty much everything. I think I've gotten everything most of the times except for the vehicle. I've never gotten this vehicle or mount in the other games in any of them. So I have missed that. So other than that, I usually get most of them. This time I certainly won't, and obviously these are locked right here. So I do have the opportunity to get a couple armors, and I'm not going to spend too much time with those. We'll look at them if we get them. And we got some backgrounds, we got some decorations, some flags. These are the ones we'll probably get everything for. So we're going to get a friendship bracelet, more than likely. Enemy takes 20,000 damage over 1.5 seconds, and their speed and damage is reduced. Could be useful potentially. The Code of Good Deeds device. Every time a bracelet wearer is reanimated, a cooldown. I don't like this one personally. I think this would be good for lower levels, but at the higher levels, that one doesn't seem to have any purpose. Another shotgun. I haven't really done anything with any shotguns. Decorations, flags. We got some armor here. We got worker suits. I've mentioned this many times in the past. I'll touch on it real quick if you're new to the stash raids, especially if you buy the pass. So this is the range, especially for the worker suits. The range is 1735 to 1984. So you get 1984. That's the top of that's the max amount of production you can get. If you happen to use the goggles and you see that you have one that's going to be 1800 and it's not 1984, you can choose not to open that one and it'll show up again on another board. So the idea would be just to keep cycling through them until you get one that's a higher level. We do have these type of events all the time. We get lots of these gear all the time, so it could pay off to go for that higher level one. I personally don't micromanage my production that much, so it's not a huge deal to me. Plus, if I don't get this event, I'll get something bigger in another one. But now I don't have the pass. I don't really have that choice. I'm going to get whatever I'm going to get. But if you do have the goggles and you're seeing it, keep an eye on this production rate, and you have a chance to maximize what you can get there. More production. That one. Another big thing about this event is cash. Where's that? I don't see it here. Oh, here we go. 1.5. There we go. 1.5 million. Many people just get tons and tons of cash, so you can really level up your, not stickers, I was going to call stickers and gems, but that's what they're called in the other games. You can level up your chips. So for me personally, going from orange to red. That's my goal all the time during this event. So hopefully make a little progress there as well. And I do have a bunch of gear. I've been switching back and forth between a lot of my setups. So I do have a lot of orange chips just sitting in my warehouse. So, potentially with some of this cash, I'll take some of these off and put them on my current fighters. All right, before we go ahead and jump in and play a little of this event, I want to touch on a couple of other things I talked about or hinted towards. So right now in the railroad station, we have this thing called the space flight. So it's kind of like a mini event. You can go ahead and buy a pass. You can buy a $5 pass. You can buy a $10 pass. It's just like I know it's called challenge events in Hustle Castle. I forget what it's called in here, but you got the top path, you got the bottom path, you got the free to play up top here, you got the pay to play down here. So if you buy either of these tickets, you'll get access down to the bottom. If you buy the more expensive one, you'll get some extra levels. And the idea is, I think this resets every month, and at the end of it, you can get some cool looking outfits for people. So this changes every month. So those, not outfits, skins, sorry. So for the people that buy that pass down here, you can get different skins every time. It doesn't take a huge amount of effort to get through level 30 if you're playing the game every day and grinding to a minimum amount. It's pretty easy to get through that. So we have this already in the game, Space Flight, and obviously we're at the 5th season. And again, you buy the pass, don't buy the pass. If you don't want to, you're getting free stuff without any big deal. But if you do, that's $10, $5 you can spend every month. So this same thing is coming here to the arena, and it's going to be called the Raiders League. It's not open yet. So we have our normal, rankings here, which, do we have rankings in Railroad anymore? Yeah, we still have rankings here. So we still got our leaderboard. And same thing here. We'll still have our leaderboard in arena. Plus, we're going to have our Raiders League. So it'll be another option again. So the more you play, the more levels you get. You got a free path, you got the paid path, and you just get more gear. And at the end, you get some outfits that you can look a little bit different than everybody else. And then you'll get some items along the way as well. So again, another option to spend some money every month. So if you're into paying your way through all the time, you can spend a lot of money on this every month. And then, we also have our events that happen every month. And in addition, at some point, this is in Hustle Castle, I'm sure it's coming soon here to Zero City, permanently out front now in Zero City, just like in Broyalty. So every time an event happens, we got this guy popping up here. Now, permanently in Hustle Castle, we have a spot up front here, which is another one of these challenge style events. So every single month, you just you play the game, and you're going to progress through the free to play, and if you buy the pass, you get the bottom pass. And I believe that's $9.99, $19.99. So it's another $10 to $20 you can pay to do this mini event. So that's, at some point, there's going to be 3 of them: one out front, one for the arena, one for the railroad. And then in addition to that, you have your events that happen all the time. So it gets really expensive if you're going to buy all these passes and do all this stuff. So I'm not going to be the one to tell you whether to do that or not, but that is functionality that's coming, and it's ability obviously for you to get more stuff, but it's obviously the ability for the game to make more money, which I'm not going to begrudge them anything, because they need to make money. In order for this game to continue to improve, they need to make money. So for those that want to do it, fantastic. So that's coming. Real quick, just touch on the fighter here. We got a new area here, which is called, what is that guy called? This is the one that was talking about where here we go, backpack. So we got the backpack, we can increase it, and like I said, our field kit, there we go. We'll talk about this later, but you get certain stats. You want this to be based on the fighter, obviously, and then once you get to level 30, you get some additional functionality, and you have to be at least level 90. I personally, it could be for lower levels as well. I personally haven't even hit level 30 yet on any of the games I played, so, and just starting right here. So this is the new functionality that's part of this last release. We have evolutions, which allows you to level up your stats and your fighters. I personally just have been changing a couple. I've been working on trying to get my talents here, and I finally got some legendary talents for my people. And I had to, since I only have 3 level 100s, I had to switch some of my setup. So unfortunately, I have a couple people that are in the wrong setup right now, which it's okay. So if I go here to Psycho, go to Evolution. Psycho has a bunch of damage because this used to be my reptile, so I have a bunch of wasted power here that is completely useless. That maybe at some point in the future I'll never fix that, because I'll start leveling up my chemistry knowledge here as well. So, but again, I recommend a real high level. We'll talk more later. Focus on the stats that are going to give the most benefit to that fighter. So we don't want to give damage to a chemist because a chemist can't do damage. So that's completely wasted power. It's a minimum amount, but it is still wasted. So make sure you're focusing on those that are going to properly give you the best strength. That's it, right? We talked about this. We talked about this. Oh, another piece that's coming soon in, I don't know when. It's in Hustle Castle now. Just click on this. So if we go up to evolution, right now we can add this ability. There's going to be a button here to click, which will take you into a whole nother area and allow you to greatly expand what each fighter can do. So you're not only powering up these base stats, you're also going to have the ability to have, it's kind of like a path where one of them's more tank focused, one of them's more archer focused, one of them's more chemist focused. And as you level those up within each of those areas, there's like 6 different bubbles you can level up. And then within each of those 6, there's another 6 items that you can level up. And then every time you finish one of the 6 on the lowest branches, it allows increased power and increased stats. And the more you do it, the higher you get, obviously. And the more synergy you get as items work together. So I know I didn't explain it very well. If people are interested, I can show pictures of what that looks like in Hustle Castle so we can get an idea of what's coming. Again, it's just ways to strengthen each individual rather than each squad. So, but that's another one you guys need to be careful of inflating your power with useless stats, because if you want to max out everything to get all areas, that means for your archers or whatever we're calling them here, let's say here for our tank, we would have to max out our ability to add chemistry knowledge to our tank, which will be able to complete everything. But, it's going to be adding tons of extra power to this person for things that aren't going to be useful. So far in Hustle Castle, I've only focused on specific attributes. I haven't gone all the way. Again, we'll talk more about that when that comes to the game. That's somewhere down the road. And if you guys are interested, post it in Discord or in the comments here, and I can show some examples from Hustle Castle and we can see what's coming. That's it for, I think, recent changes and upcoming changes that I'm aware of. Likely could have missed some stuff, like I said, since I've been away for a while. But I do want to spend a couple minutes here making a little bit of progress in this event. I mean, since I don't have the pass right now, I don't have the ability to skip around and make the best use of my hammers. So really, I'm just looking for my tech team here, looking for cash, and let's see. I'm using the. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but there is now the PC version of the game. Hustle Castle was first to do that. Now Zero City has it. Actually, Shelter War has it as well. Haven't really covered them. They had a brand new change in their game, so I'll be looking at that here in a little bit. I'll probably just do it live on, or not about live, but do it on camera. I haven't looked at it yet, so we'll probably just cover that one live on the stream or recorded, whatever, and see if that game is still worth even playing. All right, so now I'm just looking for the tech team. So now, since I don't have the pass, I only get one special item. So once I get the tech team, I'm definitely refreshing. So anyway, my point was on the Shelter War is a lot of games are going in that direction. American Dad is not there. Are they going to go there? I don't know. The future of that game is a little bit unknown to me. Got some people asking me for a video, and I'll probably cover them, but yeah, that game, there's a couple countries right now where they are no longer allowed to play the game, and those players were, look at that, 2 days right off the bat. Those players were given the option to convert their account to a Hustle Castle account. So I kind of reading the writing on the wall, I'm thinking that's probably going to happen with other countries as well, and eventually the game, but I don't know if that's actually the case yet or not, or could just be they're keeping it country specific. But yeah, so it's kind of hard to really dive into that one super deep again if it has no future. But partial speculation, partial fact. So I will definitely cover them again. Definitely do another video there. But special, yes, okay. But it's definitely a little bit difficult. Oh, look at that! Right off the bat again, 2 times in a row. Restores an ally's health. Okay, we probably won't use that. That's fine. All right, so where did I find the last tech team? I didn't pay enough attention. My boards aren't refreshing at all. I can't use hammers, so that does me no good. So for me personally, since I don't buy the pass, or I'm not planning on buying the pass, I feel a little bit better at just going through and just blasting through the boards really quick when I get the hammers and not saving everything at the end. So hopefully, I'll probably save a little bit for another video. Potentially, can't promise that since my schedule is it's not as easy to do these as it was before. But I might save them for the end for some type of video, and certainly a good chance of saving these big chests here, because these big chests are where you get the good items. All right, well, we're almost done already. We only got 5 more to go, and the last one. Ooh, refresh. We'll do our last 5. Oh yeah, I should have kept my streak. There it is again. That's like, what, 3rd or 4th screen it's been up there. Once again, I forgot where. I didn't pay attention to where that tech team was. I don't know if that's staying the same or not. Probably not. But that was at least 3rd, if not 4th screen where the premium was up here. Okay, so we used all of our, how many do we have? No, don't know. Used all of our hammers. We completed a couple objectives because we found a couple tech teams. So we get zombie, which my zombie just ran out. Had to get a new one. I was out of premium before this event, so that's certainly something I'm going to keep spending money on, because playing this game without premium is almost impossible. Obviously, you need to do it when you get the sale at front. I mean, instead of spending $5 a month, you can get it for $2. So definitely slight mistake on my part by not being online when that happened last time. All right, so once we get our goal, one of our goals here is to get to 10, which is getting this premium guy up top here, which is what? New multi-purpose, aggressive negotiations, unit summons a unit. Unit summons a unit, that's interesting, whose might is directly proportional to the number of corpses on the battlefield. Deals 20,000 damage and has 100,000 health for each corpse on the battlefield. Unit's damage is enhanced by 2,000 and its health by 8,000. Okay, yeah. For each corpse, it's increased by a tiny bit. Once in a while, when any unit is killed, the unit restores 28,000 health. Every 22 seconds. Summons a unit. That could be interesting to play around with. I don't know if that would ever be the yeah, hugely. Certainly at lower levels for sure it'd be helpful. 100,000 health going up front. I guess you could have it in the back, but if it's doing base damage, they can't do much from the back. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It could be fun. Be interesting to see, but we'll definitely get to that one. So I'm not too worried about that. All right, well, that is the stash raid. That is the status on me, and that is quick touching on some of the new functionality in the game. So trying to keep this to a reasonable amount this first time. My goal is to get back to a little bit more of a regular recording schedule. We'll see how that goes. Motivation, but I don't know. For those of you that don't know, I have a little bit of time every night once I get my family put to sleep before I go to bed, where I can get some things done. And there's a bunch of other stuff I need to get done in this time, but the available time that I had I had a couple hours every night, and that couple hours is not a couple hours anymore. It's less than a couple hours. Plus, there's other stuff to do. So squeezing things in is a little bit more difficult, and then without getting into tons of details, my kids don't always sleep that well, so sometimes there's no available time. So anyway, I'll do my best, get things out when I can. I haven't been as available on Discord as well, or either, so I hope to be doing that as more as well. So you can see most of that down below. It's kind of clunky looking. I took away the video and took away the streaming thing on the bottom, and just added links to my socials down there. So if you're not a member of my Discord, you can see that right there. We got different channels for the games I'm covering. I should work on that to make that look a little bit better, but that's down there. Twitch, maybe we'll get back to that again if I can get into any more regular work. Again, the challenge is not having tons of time. But some of the games that I'm hoping to play later might work better in the Twitch style of streaming rather than recording. So we'll see how that goes. But that's there. Potentially will be active again in the future, just like my QC Live link on Discord. if I ever do get live again, then that's where we'll be able to chat. So, okay, instead of rambling on, I think I'm going to wrap it up. Good luck during this event. I do apologize for being away for so long, but hopefully back a little bit more consistently in the next coming weeks and months, and however long I keep doing this. So, good luck, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, this has been QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I will talk to you later. See ya.